So if you've heard of EMDR therapy and you're not quite sure what it is, then this video is for you. So EMDR stands for eye movement desensitization reprocessing. And it is basically a super effective form of psychotherapy that can be used to treat a range of different common mental health problems, but is most commonly used in the treatment of things such as trauma and PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder. So EMDR is super effective at treating these things, and the reason for that is because through the use of different eye movements and what we call bilateral stimulation techniques, we are able to put your brain into basically processing mode. So going into the science behind that in a little bit more detail. So the idea is that the human brain is automatically wired to be able to process and cope with difficult events. And one of the ways it does that is through what we call REM sleep. So when you go to sleep every single night, you will have periods of REM sleep. So REM sleep is when your eyes move from side to side, and it's often when you kind of dream. And what we know about that type of sleep is when you're in REM sleep, that is your brain kind of sorting through and processing all of the different experiences that you've had in the day. So REM sleep is super important and effective and can really help with memory kind of storage and encoding. So switch over to kind of trauma. So when we've been through a traumatic event, what our brains often struggle with is they often struggle to process the enormity of a trauma. So normal REM sleep might not quite cut it. So obviously you will still be having your REM sleep every single night, but because that trauma is so big and so overwhelming, the brain struggles to process it on its own. So what we basically do in EMDR is we artificially put you into the same kind of brainwave, the same kind of processing mode that you would experience in REM sleep, but by using these side-to-side eye movements and butterfly tapping, so bilateral techniques. And what that does is, in therapy, it allows your brain to kind of go into processing mode, and with the help of your therapist, you can then break down the traumas that you've experienced or difficult memories from the past, feed them back through the working memory, feed them back through the brain, and whilst you're doing these eye movements at the same time, it basically helps your brain to do exactly what it would do in REM sleep at night, but while you're awake. From kind of personal experience, it's an absolutely fantastic technique. It works absolutely wonders for lots and lots of people. So if you would like to know more about EMDR, please drop me a direct message. And if you found this video helpful, click the follow button and I'll keep you updated with more therapy techniques and tips.